Have you ever wondered what you should do if a deer suddenly runs into the road? Did you know that more than 70% of serious collisions with invasive species occur because of driver error? Are you ready to learn how to survive the treacherous roads of Japan and the United States? Moose are very large and can weigh over 1,000 pounds. If you steer too hard, you could lose control and crash into another car. You should not take that risk on Alaskan roads. The government needs to act by installing more wildlife warning signs and barriers to mitigate the worst impacts. Installing better lighting and other safety measures is essential to protect drivers and invasive species. Authorities urge drivers to recognize the glowing eyes of boars at night. Without dash cams, we probably would never witness the chaos unfolding on the roads. In horse racing, improving the track surface and checking the health of the horses before each race is important to minimize the risk of injury to the riders. Do not try to avoid it, but brake suddenly and keep the car straight to reduce the force of the collision. Besides building fences, educating people about dangerous roads and how to recognize wild boars based on their eye reflexes at night is also important. The roads of Japan's Hokkaido are no stranger to unexpected and dangerous encounters with invasive species. many of these accidents occur in areas with limited visibility. To address this problem, Japan has implemented an acoustic deterrent to ensure driver safety and prevent collisions with monkeys. Motion sensor systems that can detect monkeys before they cross the road are also considered a good idea. Camels in Saudi Arabia regularly cause serious traffic accidents. Truck drivers flash their lights to warn others, but some do not react in time. Colliding with a 1,300-pound camel is like crashing into a concrete wall. Fortunately, the vehicle owner is safe. If you encounter this situation on the road, call the rescue center immediately. Which moments shocked you the most? Comment below. Have you seen this place before? Click the like button if you have seen this situation in real life. Nearly 40% of deer accidents happen during mating season in October and November. Hit the like button if you've ever been in a collision like this. Colorado's wildlife overpass has reduced deer collisions by 80%. 22. Do all high-risk areas need to adopt these solutions? Authorities have warned drivers to turn on their headlights and slow down when traveling through the South Texas region. Drivers must not only keep a tight grip on the steering wheel, but also stay alert at all times. What if the driver is going over 50 mph? I recommend you protect yourself by driving slowly through livestock areas. The story doesn't end here. Can modern technology help reduce these accidents? Don't forget to follow and watch the next part to discover the most effective prevention measures. The damage will not stop unless authorities take strict measures to control the invasive species. In April 2023, South African cities saw a surge in baboon activity, with troop numbers of more than 100 climbing buildings, entering windows and rummaging through kitchens for leftovers. Wildlife experts warn that consuming large amounts of human food will accelerate their growth. In forested suburbs, motorists have seen more than 50 baboons blocking roads or being attacked by surprise. Authorities have cracked down on those who feed them, imposing fines of up to $500 once the baboons lose their fear of humans. An explanation, if you don't know, is that olive baboons are found throughout East and Southern Africa. With a strict social hierarchy, they communicate through calls. Their powerful hands and sharp canines make them expert foragers who eat anything. How do you stop such a fast-adapting invader? In 2019, with more than 250,000 baboons running amok in South Africa's urban suburbs, authorities had to act quickly. But how do you catch an invasive species that travels in packs and can climb almost anything? The answer: steel cage traps are made of reinforced mesh measuring 6 feet long, 4 feet wide and 5 feet high, with a drop door mechanism activated by pressure plates. But you wouldn't know it was the baiting. as experts found that placing food 75% of the way inside the cage increased the odds. But there's a challenge the highly intelligent baboons often try: the traps before they enter. Hunters must be strategic, mask their scent, and secure the area for optimal success. The traps allow for safe capture from more than 30 yards away, reducing direct conflict. But what happens when a dominant male learns to game the system? Stay tuned, because the next method may surprise you. In 2019, South African authorities reported capturing approximately 1,655 baboons. The use of bows and arrows in these hunts has been controversial, with critics arguing that the method has an environmental impact. As a result, the government has tightened controls on hunting invasive species to prevent overhunting or exploitation of the practice for personal gain. Hunters are also required to maintain a minimum distance of 30 yards from baboons to reduce stress on them. Only individuals 18 years of age or older who have completed certified hunting education programs are allowed to participate. Every experienced hunter knows that without the right bait, there is no hunt. Fresh fruit makes the perfect bait, but setting the bait is not as simple as you think. Here in the vast South African savannah, you do not go it alone. The terrain is unpredictable, so teams of at least 3 are needed. Furthermore, covering yourself in the dark greens and dusty browns of the landscape is a matter of survival. Baboons have very sharp eyesight. Have you ever seen a hunt like this? Comment 0 if you have not. A well-camouflaged hunting hide with a tent can make the difference between success and failure. But make no mistake, this hunt is lawless. South African laws strictly regulate the hunting of baboons. Hunters are prohibited from targeting young or pregnant females, ensuring that populations are controlled but not destroyed. Only Mk3 reflex bows are permitted as specified in the hunting license to prevent unnecessary suffering and promote ethical hunting. Every arrow fired, every piece of discarded material must be collected. Hunters are required to leave no trace, ensuring that the ecosystem is not disturbed. Baboon hunting may seem like a quick fix, but that's not enough. Instead, protecting trash and leftover food eliminates easy meals. Farmers use loud noises, bright lights and reflective objects to scare them away. Simple and effective deterrents. The goal is not to knock down them, but to coexist without conflict. If you find this method effective, please comment. Stopping olive baboons requires smart solutions, not just extreme measures. What do you think is the most effective way to get rid of an invasive species? Have you seen similar problems in your area? Leave a comment below, we want to hear your thoughts. And stay tuned, because what we have coming up next might shock you even more.
These approaches have been great at stopping the spread of some invasive species. Got any ideas for even better solutions? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can all dive into it together. Thanks for sticking around and watching the whole video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And hey, be sure to tell your friends about us too so they can check it out. Bye and see you in the next video.